Okay. I don't care who it is. If somebody comes into Wire Club, I usually add them as I friend request them because I can always go back and ban them if they become a troll or something. Just so I can get people and contact people, and that's a good way to do it on Wire Club. That's a way to follow up. But so tomorrow night we're going to do an outreach. We're going to see how it goes, and like I said, if we build it, they will come. Right? If you sow the seed, God will honor that, and He'll bring the people. I believe that. Whenever I've done anything for the Lord like that, whenever we do a tent revival or we invite people from the neighborhood, it's amazing how God. There you go, Field of Dreams. It's amazing how God will honor that with people. I mean, we never ever had where we did an outreach, evangelism outreach, or a revival where we didn't have people respond. But if you do nothing, then you're not going to get anything. I mean, you know what I mean? Nothing produces nothing. Somebody said it like this: if you aim at nothing, you'll hit it every time. But if you aim at something, you'll also hit something. So that's just the way it is. It's kind of like Lashia, what you said last week is that we need to do these events. We need to do these activities. So here's our chance to do them. And if you guys want to help and you want to run one of these, maybe I'll do the first one, and then if maybe the next week, next Wednesday, you want to do a game night, you want to run that. I mean, we can get everybody involved and make it fun. I mean, it would be fun for us. If nobody comes, at least, hey, we had a good time. That's great. But God's going to bless us. God is going to bless us. I'm telling you, as sure as I'm sitting here, we're going to see people. He spoke to me a couple years ago. It was one of those nights, I think one of the very few nights I didn't have anybody in here. I was sitting in here and I was waiting for people to come in, and I'm playing my guitar and I'm singing, and all of a sudden it's had one of those revelations where the Lord said, and I wasn't in Discord. I was on one of our off platforms that we were using, one of those off times. And the Lord spoke to me about going back on Discord. Go back on Discord. Spoke to me again about the revival that's coming to the youth. He kept telling me, I'm going to pour my spirit out on young people. This was before Asbury revival. It was right before that. It was in like a month or two time that I was getting that revelation. And then he hit Asbury College with that revival. And I had already known it because he had spoke that to me. And then he kept telling me about Discord again. Like there's and because of the young people that are on here, that he wants us to reach the young people. So if God's telling you to do something, you do it. You might not understand it. It might not make any sense, but it will. It will. So I think that's probably the thing that is most important is a product announcement. Super reactions. These action packed animated reactions will help you hype up the chat and show some love to your favorite post. We're also introducing Soundboard, the ultimate way to react to messages with the hilarious sound effects. You're about to love the themes even more. We're introducing five brand new colors, giving you more options to find your vibe and add it to Discord. Last but not least, certainly not least, we're adding a new set of limited time avatar decorations. Add more flair and personality to your avatar. All right, well, that's cool. So that's one thing that I can say that I know that Discord does pretty well a good job of is adding things and keeping things fresh and not getting caught up in stagnant being stagnant. You know what I mean? Like a lot of sites, they just don't do anything. Like Wire Club. Wire Club's been the same site since 1990. They haven't done anything. But hey, they get people, so that's all I care about. As long as they get people and we can keep reaching out. Yeah, it's like as long as, but we went on Cosme, or I wasn't even on there at all, and yet here there's people on Cosme. Like we're actually doing a little bit on Cosme. It's amazing. I mean, we just keep doing these things, and I'm telling you, God is blessing. It'll happen. Well, if they're updating things, that must mean that they're still alive. They still have a pulse. So as long as that, we can add that to our repertoire. But I will say this: thank God it was after you guys left. But I went back in there, and somebody was, put it this way, they were on cam doing something they should have been doing, and they were right in our room, in our site. And I came in, I banned them and blocked them and reported them. So yeah, that was not good. Luckily, it was after everybody left. But I got rid of them and I reported them, and they'll deal with them. They'll probably ban his ISPN from being able to get on the site. But that's horrible, man, because there's a lot of kids and stuff that come on there. And that's actually illegal. I mean, you can get arrested for that. That's terrible stuff. But at any rate, this live stream stuff that we're doing, God is blessing it. It is amazing because even on Facebook, you guys don't catch that side of the feed. I mean, we're touching people on Facebook. We're touching people. We don't know how many people on YouTube, because YouTube sometimes it's hard to know actually how many people are reacting or whatever, unless they comment or whatever. So you could have people watching your videos, getting something from it. Once we go to the short clip, and I just got an offer from Sermon Shots to do like a month of free videos, and then I could sign up for a plan. And the plans aren't that ridiculous for a basic plan. I mean, for what you get, I would definitely give them a shot, because they'll take my video and cut it down in many different ways, and then I choose which ones I want to air, and they add music and everything to it. They do it all, and it's all you do is give them your video URL, and they do it all. It's all in their software. They do it. That saves me a ton of time if I was to do it myself. Just the time saver alone is worth it, because I have a program that does all that, but it's time consuming. That's why I don't do it. I just don't want to spend the time. I mean, but I could do this with every video that I make, with a Thursday night Bible study. Or we could take other videos. And that's what I was saying. We don't have to do ours even. We could, if you see a video, maybe a 2 minute video about a revival somewhere, and you like, hey, it's on YouTube, short clip. I can take that and put it in, and we can share that. But we're going to do all kinds of short video stuff. We'll probably create a channel on Discord that'll have all those videos. Why would we do that? Well, why would we do anything that we do? To try to reach people for the Lord. That's right. That's why we would do it. I mean, everybody else is doing it. That's why we're doing it. We want to be like everybody else. No, we want to be like the Joneses. We're gonna keep up with the Joneses, right? Uh, no, that's not why we would do it. I don't do anything like that, as you know. I don't do things just because they're popular. Otherwise, I would have just gone on Facebook and stayed on Facebook. I like to be different. I like to do things differently, but we use what we can. So, anyway, all of that, putting those clips together, taking the time to, you know, do all these things is to build the base of Jesus Connect back up so that we have, people that are coming that are apart. And not only that, my goal is not just, of course, number one is that people would be saved and come to the knowledge of the truth. But also, I want to see Christians grow and serve the Lord. And one of the things that we were able to offer earlier on, especially, was opportunities for people to serve. And people that were coming into Jesus Connect were able to witness and disciple people. And man, we had people that were coming. We were building relationships with people after they were getting saved. We were discipling them right online in the chat. They were growing. They were coming to the knowledge of the Lord. This was an amazing thing. And people were growing. And some of the people went on now are in the ministry. Artist of words, Dan, he's somebody that got saved in our ministry that's now an associate pastor. Um, God's done so many things and providing those opportunities for people to have a ministry. That's one of the things that kind of was a little discouraging about Butler is he went to another group. I don't know if he meant on Discord or just another site altogether, but he said that because he's allowed to do Bible studies. And how many times did I encourage him to do Bible studies with us? I mean, I don't understand that, but that's fine. I don't care if somebody goes somewhere else. They're serving the Lord. That's great. But I mean, I think part of the reason that he felt that was because we weren't really doing a whole lot, and that's true. We were kind of not really all in on Discord at that time, and I think he was probably. But I think he's also had some transition in his life. But I'm still talking to him, and hopefully, again, as we get more people coming in and so on and so forth, those opportunities for people to serve the Lord and have a ministry or whatever will just automatically happen. And you'll automatically do it as you're already doing. As you're on Wire Club and, people come in and you're greeting them and you're, that those opportunities will come up where you'll be able to minister to people as well. That will start happening more and more. And praying for people or just encouraging people as you do will be a blessing and it'll help people. Beyond that, I think we have a plan. And like I said, things don't always happen quickly around here, but ultimately we are heading to a destination. But instead of being a jet flight, it's kind of more like being on a ship. Where you're kind of just going across the waves real slow, and maybe we'll reach the port eventually. But that's okay. It's kind of the way it is right now. But we're definitely heading somewhere. Sometimes I don't think we know where we're going, but at least we're going somewhere. That's us. We we're on a journey somewhere. So I figured if we take all the people that have responded to us, have liked something, have interacted with God Talk, Jesus Connect, whatever, in any capacity in the last month, say 2 months, it's well over 100 people. Now that doesn't mean those 100 people are in one place. That's what we're trying to do. It just means that we reached out and had contact or had somebody directly. Well, it's more than that actually, because if you add all the Facebook, well, that's more like 600-700 people. If you add up all the Facebook likes and hits and whatever, but that doesn't. That's all good and everything, and thank God if we touch any life in any way. But we don't see the fruit of that unless they actually join something that we're doing more permanently. But you gotta remember that's where the follow up comes up, because if you just leave it there, that's not good. You got to go back and try to reconnect with people. I'm following up to my. We have a page on Facebook called Jesusconnect. We've had it for like 10 years or more, and that's where all of my posts are coming through, and people that like that become a part of that page, they see all of my posts. So they're not just people that are like liking an ad and then you never see them again. These are actual people that are part of what we're doing. They're just not necessarily. That's where you have to do the more personal. And like I said, if I just spent a day or two just doing the follow, who knows what we could get out of that. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Hopefully that will generate, even if they say, we used to say in business, if you had 1,000 leads and 10% of them would come in, that's 100 people. That was the average. They say 10%, but I don't know if it's that high. But even if it was 5% of say 700 people, that's what 10% would be seven. Wait, what did I say? That would be 70 people. So about 35 people. Do the math. 35 people, I guess. 35 people is not bad. I mean, if you actually had them here, we'd be happy with that, right? So that's how you look at it. That's exactly the process that we're talking about. It's not the quickest way to grow. The quicker way to grow would be to throw a lot of money at YouTube and just let the algorithms work it all out. I mean, the people that believe me, the people that are getting million views. I watch a lady. She has a husky. I've watched her algorithm. I watched her videos for years, and she has a husky that he's funny. He talks, he's always getting into trouble, and she has over a million viewers. It's crazy. And then her mentor dog friend, uh, his dog was a mentor dog. She got her dog as a puppy, and his dog was 3 years old, and they got together and they did videos together. And his dog just died. He was 13. He was a husky, and it was sad. Oh my gosh, I couldn't even hardly watch those videos. So sad. But he died, and so now he's kind of like doing. I don't know. He's still doing videos about it, but it's kind of hard to do the videos when the dog's not there. But he's doing. Maybe he'll get another one. But anyway, her dog is getting kind of old now. It's like 10 years old, but she gets a million views. And there's people that I don't understand how they get the people, but you can do it, but you got to put a little bit of money into it. And I think if we just did that with our what YouTube page, that's one of my fall projects is to get YouTube going. Then that works for you, and you can actually get people. And then when you get people, it adds more people, and then you can grow. And anybody that's doing anything today online has a good YouTube channel. So we have a good one. I believe it's okay. I've looked at it. I decided it's okay. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's terrible, but I think it's all right. It's good enough. But if we can get that going with everything else, layers and layers and layers of opportunities and reaching people. But we should always be looking for those Mazzellos and those kinds of sites that, because I think Mazzello still has value. I mean, we still have, again, I'm gonna write myself a note because you know me, I'll forget as soon as we leave here. I'll forget as soon as I leave here tomorrow. Do follow up. All that business practice, all those years has finally meant something. We wouldn't have any trolls without Mozilla. Ah, that's so true. But again, we haven't even scratched the surface of that site. We haven't even hit the lobby yet. We're getting people. There's just not a whole lot of people on the site, but it's something. But I think, like I said, we need to spend a day and just look at. I tell you what would be a great uh, way for us to some things for us to look at. Wire Club has a religion room, and it's a wide open west of false cults and ideas. And we should go in there and just we got enough people now to go in there and set up and just do like ask some questions and then let me go at it with them, debate for a while, just have some fun with that. Who knows? I mean, but I would do that. But I've tried to kind of put a bug in Goldie her ear about helping me with the room. She hasn't really kind of given me any indication that she wants to do that. Oh yeah, they'll join us just to argue. We had a lion's den in there back in the day, and the lion's den, when people would get too much to handle in the regular room, we'd send them, instead of banning them, we'd send them to the lion's den. We'd banish them to the lion's den, and then I would go in there. Or I had a guy named Kovo, and how I met Kovo is he came in one day when I was I was fighting off two atheists, and all of a sudden he comes in and he starts. I thought he was one of them. He's all of a sudden he starts turning it evolution all the way around, and he's talking about how it's foolish and this is why it's creation and not evolution. I'm like, go ahead, come on, come on, I'll keep preaching, man. I'm like, this is great. He all of a sudden he just came out of nowhere and started helping me, and then I was like, I need to put him in charge of the lion's den. This guy is great. He studied evolution in school. He was good at it. I didn't really care about evolution, so I knew enough to be dangerous, but he knew like how to really debate with these guys. So I said, I'm going to put you in charge, and I put him in charge. We had fun in that room, though. That was great, and it all sort of blew up. But the point is, there's a lot of good ideas here. There's a lot of good things we can do. Arguing, like you said, arguing always draws people. But some of these college universities have chat rooms. If we could get on some of them and start, you know, trolling them instead of them trolling us, go on there and start having debates. And I'm telling you, it could be electrifying. And so It's one of the things on my list. Find chats. Like these are like this is like something that you do a couple days a week. You know, you just research. If you put the time in, and and this is where somebody says, do you need help? And I could say, yeah, here. This is what I want you to do. Research. See if you can find chat rooms of colleges that are public that we can go into. Let me know where are they. So there's your homework assignment. If you can find any of those, let me know because we will get on them and it'll be great. We'll have a good time. But we need to get out there where the people are. That's why Warrior Club's a good source because it's secular people. It's not just Christians. I mean, there's a lot of people there. Anywhere where there's people, that's where we need to be because that's how we're going to grow. All right, I'm going to get off of here. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow night. Pray for the outreach tomorrow night that God will bless it. Have a good night. God bless.